Sup nerds, I'm Tom. Let's go to the fair. So what the Grand Fair expansion adds to Fields of Green is kind of a lot, actually. So there's new cards that you can put into the main decks that that you play with. Obviously, that's always good. There's some new equipment here. There's the ability to play with a fifth player, and also they split up. So instead of just having water towers and silos, you have your main water tower and your main silo. So that way you can have it's in your player color, because a couple of cards in here refer to the main silo, the first one that you built, the one that you started the game with, actually, which is, again, more reminiscent from Among the Stars, they had those. They also have these gold cards that you're going for end game, that, again, you might remember from Among the Stars. But the biggest thing that the expansion adds are obviously these little mats here. So these are... you pick three that you play with, that everybody at the table is playing with, and you have their little tractor meeple in your color. And they all work in different ways, but you can advance on these little tracks or get equipment or get points or get discounts and stuff. And they're just an extra way, a like cumulative thing for everybody to be thinking about during the game. It just adds more strategy and abilities and, more complexity to the game. These are cool. These are fun. But to be honest, I wasn't losing my mind over these. It wasn't like, oh, these are so cool. They're just like extra little things that you have to think about. Actually, I have this and Armada at the same time, the Armada expansion for Seven Wonders. So I was like, oh, is this the same thing? And I don't know, I actually felt that Armada did that a little bit better, was a little bit more eloquently in moving up those tracks, because it was more specific to different types of themes. And here, they're just kind of, I don't want to say that they're random, but again, like the tractor pull, it's just like giving you a little bit of a push and saying, oh, you want to build livestock next and then field, and you'll get points if you do it in this order. Same thing with Carnival Ride. Well, if you build one of these buildings that's adjacent to here, then you'll get a discount. So in theory, every card you build could be 1 coin less if you're building only building what's adjacent to your car at that point in time. Because they are all so different, it's not super duper easy to integrate these. You always have to pull out the rulebook and read what each one does. And I guess I'm glad that that they're different. There's variety there, but I felt like the rules didn't do a great job of explaining it. So again, beer festival. You have you have water, and you have points, and you have money, and you have stuff out here. And when somebody moves up, they get to take one of the items. Well, when all the items are gone, can you still move up if you happen to have gotten pushed back a whole bunch and you want to try and move up? I think it's when you discard a card for an action and you get to move up. Well, when all these are gone, can you still move up? That wasn't really clarified in the rules. So there's going to be, because all of these different things are different, each one could have a potential, little, well, how exactly does this work? And the rules don't really help with that. But again, I wasn't super duper thinking about these as I was playing the game. Because again, these will give you extra points. Okay, I was moving up in the tractor race. I got all the way up there. But also, it's a long game. And you're going to kind of build things in this way anyways. Now I haven't played with all of them, so I don't know, maybe some of them are super great. I don't want to sound too negative, but I think just opening this up and looking at these mats, I thought these were going to be a much bigger deal than they really were. And it's not to say that they aren't designed well or something. It's just with Fields of Green, there's so much going on and so many different things that I have to focus on here with all of my harvest time, my harvest phase cards, and all the points that I'm trying to get from the buildings and stuff and the 3 different resources, that when I'm looking at this, this by definition is going to kind of become secondary. Not to say that I didn't like it. I mean, I would certainly play with it again, but I don't feel like it's essential. And now, that's not to say that this expansion isn't essential, because I do really like that it has the 5 players and it has the missions. Those are probably my biggest things. And I guess the main silo and some of the extra cards. So really, the biggest draw for this expansion was the part that I didn't really care about all that much. I mean, again, it's still fine. I'll play with it. But I'm not like, oh guys, you're not playing Fields of Green if you're not playing with this. This makes the game perfect. But I still definitely do recommend Grand's Fair for people who liked Fields of Green, if only just to get the 5th player. But I don't know, I really like the missions because I think that was a really big part in Among the Stars for me, and I kind of felt like that was I was missing that in the base game when I was pulling out Fields of Green. I was like, oh, it's like Among the Stars, but different. And I was like, oh, there's no missions. If you like Fields of Green and you want to have that 5th player, I'm going to put a purchase link in the description box down below to the Grand's Fair expansion. You know what? I'll also throw a purchase link to Fields of Green as well in case you don't already have the base game. And hey, either way, while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you'll never be bored.